Hello, everyone. Welcome to week number 4 of English 113 Technical Communication. I hope that you had a wonderful Memorial weekend. I am aiming to keep this lecture video simple and sweet and short, mostly because the last couple of ones I know you've had, they've been a little bit longer. So for this week, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be, of course, completing these readings here. You're going to read um, pages 21 through 28 in technical report writing. This is about ethical writing. And then you're going to be reading the Guild Press article, Is AI Going to Transform Higher Education and How? So this whole week, I wanted to carve out at least 1 week of this short, accelerated semester to have a conversation about artificial intelligence, AI, and ethical writing. Because I'm going to be honest, like in the workplace, AI is being used far more than it used to be. And I think everyone needs to understand that AI is a tool that needs to be used with poise, with responsibility. So when I go down and review discussion post number 4, we will talk a little bit about that in just a minute. Um, so you're going to complete discussion post number 4, which responds to that, and then you're going to complete your recommendation memo. So this week, early on, I'm going to be going through and looking at your business concepts that you submitted last week. So your business concept for the project was just you creating your fictional business idea and like the problem that's impacting this fictional business, and then the solution, whether it be the product or a service that would solve this problem, right? So I'm going to be looking at those just to make sure that you're going in the right direction. And then this week you'll get a chance to use AI a little bit to kind of explore different solutions to the problem that you've identified. But yes, you will need to complete the recommendation memo by Sunday night, June 1st at 11:59 p.m. Um, I do have the assignment directions here just in case you need them. This is also where you submit that recommendation memo. And I've also linked in the 2 lecture videos for your convenience. That way you don't have to go back through prior modules. If you need like a refresher on these, like on the product evaluation itself or the anatomy of a memo, this should kind of help give you an idea of what you need. I do have some formatting expectations here for the actual recommendation memo. Like every document in this class, make sure that it is Times New Roman 12-point font and single spaced. All right. Nothing in this class should be double spaced unless I ask you to double space something. Because I know in most of your prior classes, probably English 111 or 112, you probably had to double space papers. In the working world with technical writing, it is very, very rare to ever have to um, double space something. It's usually going to be single spaced. Um, your memo should have subheadings, like sections with subheadings. If you look back at it, will, if you look at the anatomy of a memo lecture video right here, it'll show you what that looks like. And you can look at the examples or the sample memos in the prior week to see that too. And the title memorandum should be in all caps and centered in the header of your memos. Um, so that's that in a nutshell. Now for discussion post number 4. So discussion post number 4 is going to be a little bit longer than the prior discussion posts that you have done in the past. Mostly because I want to carve out some room for all of you to have a conversation together about AI and what that looks like, your impressions of it. But I also want you to tinker with AI just a little bit so you can gain a bit of responsible experience with how to use it. And I will be demonstrating that here in just a minute. Okay. So before completing this week's discussion response, I want you to do the readings, of course, and then, of course, complete it after you watch this lecture video. So, what I'm going to want you to do is first answer the question of, um, have you had any experience using AI and what is your reaction to the increased usage of it in the workplace? All right. This kind of gives you a little bit of an opportunity to share like your reaction to AI in general. I want to know what your thoughts are. What are your impressions of what AI is and what it represents, right? And then I'm going to want you to, of course, after reading Guild Press's article, Is AI Going to Transform Higher Education and How? I want you to explain what the message is of that article. And I want you to establish whether you agree or disagree with the incentives and downsides of AI usage that the article conveys. And then, last but not least, I think the most interesting part of this discussion post is I'm going to give you a chance to tinker a little bit with ChatGPT. So, ChatGPT is a generative AI which responds to prompts that are typed into it. Some of you may have some experience with it, I'm not sure. But what I want you to do is I want you to think about the work you've been doing so far on the recommendation memo for the project. All right. And I'm going to want you to use ChatGPT to see what solutions it would generate for the problem that you've identified in your fictional typo right here, I should say fictional workplace. All right. So follow these steps. So what I'm going to want you to do is place the following prompt. So you're going to literally copy and paste this into ChatGPT, but you're going to adjust it so it reflects your fictional business and the fictional problem that you've created. And ultimately, you're going to ask ChatGPT what products or services could we implement in this fictional workplace that would help solve the problem identified. So once ChatGPT generates a response for you, I want you to copy and paste what ChatGPT says underneath number three when you're responding to this. And then beneath it, I want you to reflect on it in bold text. All right, reflect on the solutions it offers. Does it fall in line with the solution you developed, or is it different? And could there be anything you could adapt from ChatGPT's response? All right. Now, here is the important thing here. When it comes to AI usage, AI, personally, I believe it's fully acceptable to use as an idea generating tool. All right. Under no circumstances should you use AI to create a document for this class, at least. All right. So you're generating ideas with it, but under no circumstances should you be creating a memo or another formal document with it. Because one, it removes your creative ingenuity. Two, it robs you of your unique voice and perspective. And three, artificial intelligence is not always accurate. All right. So you are the gauge for accuracy. So it's fine to use for idea generating, not so much so for creating full documents. And there's a lot of moral ambiguity and ethical concerns if you use it to create full-on documents, right? Now, so keep in mind, as you navigate higher education, you may encounter professors with varying different perspectives on AI. I think it's always important for you to ask your professor what their impression is of AI. Some may be extremely supportive of it. I know a colleague who uses AI for literally almost everything and encourages their students to do so as well. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I think AI can be used for idea generating, and I think it's a tool that we need to think about and be prepared for in the workplace because it's not going away. It's gonna keep growing, right? And then there are other professors who are like adamantly no, like zero AI usage. Okay. So it's important to make that discernment. It's always good to ask them. All right. I'm in the middle. Some may be super duper pro AI, others may be super duper anti AI. All right. All right. I just wanted to provide that little note right there. But let's switch to ChatGPT really quickly. So I'm going to demonstrate what it does for you. So I opened up this link and I already have the text copied here. So this is what ChatGPT looks like. Um, I think for most of you, you should be able to use it without having to sign up. You can create a free account if you want using the sign up feature up here. In fact, I think I even have an account. I just don't use it super often. So what I'm doing is I'm going to copy and paste that prompt that I made. All right. And before I click enter, I'm going to insert what business it is. So let's pretend, I think the example that I used in a prior lecture video was I am working for a chain of coffee shops. Okay. And then we've experienced, let's see, what is the problem? Let's say like in my chain of coffee shops, we've been having a sales increase, a decrease. So maybe something's happening, it's decreasing sales, whatever. Um, and maybe it could be like a menu that's not diverse enough. Maybe we don't have enough people to cover increased hours, etc. So, I'm asking ChatGPT what products or services could we implement to help solve this sales decrease problem that's impacting our business? So let's see what it has to say. All right, so it's kind of wild to watch ChatGPT work, but notice that it is um, giving me ideas on how to boost sales and customer engagement. So, product ideas, seasonal drinks, healthy options, premium coffee brewing kits, snacks and light meals, merchandise. Okay, so that's a pretty good way to boost sales, I would say. Service ideas, creating a loyalty program. Mobile ordering and delivery, subscription services, all right? Corporate catering. Maybe I could partner with a catering service and offer to cater events, right? Like that could be a solution to a sales problem. Bonuses, sustainability. So, no, like so this is a pretty good like list of ideas here. Now, so what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste this into your response to discussion post number 4, and I'm going to want you to reflect on it a little bit. Um, do you think you may incorporate any of these ideas? When you get to the proposal memo at some point, you're going to need an appendix section that has visuals, showcasing events or coupons or whatever that might go along with the solution to the problem. So maybe I would create a flyer that showcases seasonal drinks or limited edition options. So, like, honestly, the sky's the limit. So I'm hoping that your idea generating for this might actually help you for the next memo that we work on potentially. So, anyway, thank you for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. And of course, as always, don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need anything. Talk soon. Bye.